Gaming is about escaping into another world. You don't control the character, you are the character.
Whether I'm hunting fearsome monsters or growing the best crops, gaming is how I like to relax.
I like gaming because I can go you know?
They help me escape into a world of pure imagination. Video games. What more could you ask for? Endless possibilities.
What is going on, gamers? Welcome to a special Off Hunting where we are previewing the Game Awards. The nominees were revealed yesterday, and we are going to discuss them and give our picks for what we think is going to win Game of the Year. Joining me tonight are
KB.
Your boy, Sir Meliodas.
Hey guys. So the 6 games that got nominated for Game of the Year are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, I knew what 4 of them were going to be. I knew Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Forbidden West, and Stray were going to be nominated. I could not figure out the other 2. And when I learned it was A Plague Tale Requiem and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I thought, yeah, makes a whole lot of sense. But really, it could have been a lot of other games too. I think I had Kirby in the Forgotten Land and Bayonetta 3 as the other 2.
Where's Saints Row, everybody?
You hate that game. But yeah, I think these are all deserving candidates. What do you guys think?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
glad
they
that-
all
I'm
got
glad-
the hype that they deserved as well.
I'm glad to see a Switch game on there. So
Yeah.
it's the full
Mhm.
market, not just PlayStation, Xbox. They got a Switch game on there. So
Now, with the Plague Tale Requiem and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think we can safely say these are going to be the 2 least likely to win Game of the Year. Not because they're bad games. It's just because when you talk about the other 4, like I said, those were the 4 that I knew were going to be nominated. I just see those having more of a chance because they made more of an impact than the other 2 did. That's just what I saw throughout the year.
Oh, for sure. They also have much larger fan bases overall. Like, you could also like A Plague Tale, but you probably are more into like the God of War series or like From Software games or something. You're more likely to vote someplace else.
Elden Ring.
So we know what Meliodas' choice for Game of the Year is. It's so hard. It is so hard trying to figure this out. Really, I think it's between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. I think it's just a 2-game race at this point. Now, Stray, as much as I would like to see a cat game win Game of the Year, they went indie last year with It Takes Two, and that was a big surprise because I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Resident Evil Village, and myself included, and I think everybody on this podcast thought as well.
Mhm.
But it was It Takes Two. I just don't think they're going to go indie again this year. And with Horizon Forbidden West, I'm going as a dark horse, and I'm saying that because the last time we had a From Software game was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That won Game of the Year, and then 2018's God of War won Game of the Year as well. Maybe the voters think, do we really want to go one of these 2 when the last games from this developer and this franchise won Game of the Year? So they might be more tempted to give it to Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know. It could happen. And we've seen stranger things with not just the Game Awards, but with game shows in general. That's just my thought on this. What do you guys think?
Elden
I
Ring.
definitely think it's probably going to be Elden Ring. It's a huge, beautiful open world, beautiful story, fantastic gameplay from what I've heard. It could it's kind of a 50-50 split for God of War Ragnarok.
Mhm.
Like you said, 2018's God of War already won, but honestly, it's a continuation of an already great story. It's 50-50 for me.
I'm gonna bounce off what KB said. This is from Software's first Soulsborne Elden Ring, whatever you want to put, how you ever add that into the Soulsborne title. Massive open world.
Yeah.
That's
single
true too.
player RPG. So for them to tackle that and have a rich story in it, for it not to win, I will not be mad. If God of War wins, I will not be mad. So it's them 2 butting heads.
Yeah.
To which one will take the throne. So if Elden Ring wins, it's a massive success for RPG Soul-like games.
I keep going back and forth on this. And as my final choice for what I think is going to win Game of the Year, I'm going to go Elden Ring because it was just such a big game when it came out. Everybody just absolutely loved it. And yeah, I just think it had much more of an impact than it just any other game this year. And it's from Software. I mean, they are one of the best video game developers. I think it's going to be Elden Ring.
Yeah, not to mention that a lot of people who don't like Soulborne games, like myself, really, and it's like a lot of people have been playing Elden Ring who never played Dark Souls, who never played Bloodborne, who never played any of the Soulborne games, and they really love Elden Ring. So that says a lot for Elden Ring right there.
Yeah, that's true too.
My buddy Joe, he loved Elden Ring. I mean, it was you and him that were really trying to get me to play the game. I still haven't. I'll be honest. I still haven't because I still have a backlog of other games. But yeah, I think it's safe to really assume that I think Elden Ring is going to be the choice here. I think it's going to be Elden Ring. And I think a lot of people would agree with that.
No hate on God of War, but God of War, I would say God of War will win. If it does win, not because I'm not saying the story isn't great, I haven't played the game yet, but it will surely win off of nostalgia base alone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because God of War is such a historical game from what was it, PS2?
Yeah, PS2.
Yes.
PS2 all the way up to PS3 to PS4. So it's generations of God of War leading up to the fifth, not the fifth, but PS5. So it's generations of God of War it's just a nostalgic game. So if it wins off that alone, no one can be mad at that. But I think Elden Ring deserves more of the title because of how big it was when it came out.
Yeah.
How much everyone loved it when it came out. How it changed everyone's perspective on Elden Ring, Soulsborne type games, especially myself, because I will never go play Dark Souls. But you make Elden Ring 2, best believe I'm going to get Elden Ring 2. That's how good it is.
Well, I got a trivia question for you guys. What do you think was From Software's first game? What do you think was their first game ever?
It was Demon Souls, wasn't it?
No, it was not.
Wasn't?
It was some first person it was like a first person Dark Souls type game. I forget the name of it.
I believe it was called King's Title.
Yeah, and wasn't it first person or something like that?
It was first person for the original PlayStation. Yeah. That was a series on its own before they started with Demon Souls and Dark Souls. And a lot of people do not know that.
And the Moonlight, every iteration of a Dark Souls or Elden Ring or Sekiro, or it has a weapon in there called the Moonlight Sword. So every iteration of a Dark Souls game has the Moonlight Sword in it from that first game, from the first Elden Ring type game.
All right. Next category we're going to talk about is Best Game Direction. This is awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. And yes, I read that off the official Game Awards website. Sue me.
Awarded for.
So our nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray.
What is Immortality?
So Immortality is an interactive film-based game. That's what it is. And I saw some gameplay of it last night. I was taking a look at the games that I had not seen or that I didn't know too much about, just so I was prepared. It's an interesting game. As far as game direction, this one's tough. It's probably going to be Elden Ring, if I'm being honest. I think it's going to be Elden Ring. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking Elden Ring as well. I mean, you had George R.R. Martin collabing with it.
Yeah, I would say Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to say God of War because they flipped the script. I'd like to say God of War Ragnarok, but they flipped the script already in 2018's God of War. So
yeah, I can also see Horizon getting this as well.
Yeah,
but I think it's going to be Elden Ring.
Yeah.
All right, our next category is Best Narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game.
God of War.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Now, the nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. Now, Immortality is like a film-based video game. So you could say that could be the best narrative. But God of War Ragnarok, from what I've heard, the story is absolutely amazing. with Elden Ring, yes, it's an amazing game, but
the story is
just,
like it's not so over the place, but it's like it's not. What's the word I'm
it's
looking
basically
for?
like any other From Software game. Like the
Yeah, you
story
go there,
takes
then
takes a back seat to
Mhm.
everything
you
else.
go here, you go there. Oh, it's like a cut scene every once in a while, but it's
Yeah.
more like you go here, kill this boss, go there, kill
Yeah.
this boss type. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
would
A
give it a
Plague
God of
Tale
War.
Requiem definitely deserves to be nominated here.
Mhm.
And then Horizon Forbidden West, I think has a great story. And it's like any other year, I feel like Horizon Forbidden West would win. But I mean, when you're talking about this much competition, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok. But I think I would not have a problem with any of them winning this. All right, our next category is Best Art Direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray.
Believe it or not, it's going to be funny, but I think Scorn's going to win this one.
I've seen Scorn, and
yeah, I think it's going to win this one.
I would not be surprised by that. But
yeah.
if you were played Stray, I mean, you just see that post-apocalyptic world with the robots. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West also has tremendous art direction because you're going seamlessly from a desert to snowy mountains to like a rainforest type to the beach, and it's so seamless. Like you don't think anything's out of place. It's absolutely amazing. So it could be any one of these. And then Elden Ring, I mean, you're talking about a hauntingly beautiful looking game. Like it just combines this sense of darkness and despair, but also makes it look absolutely amazing. So
yeah. Typical From Software.
Yeah, these 5 definitely deserve to be on here. And could be Scorn, could be Stray.
Yeah, I'm saying I highly say it's between Scorn or Stray.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Stray though.
Yeah. All right, best score and music for outstanding music, inclusion of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Nominees: A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I think I'm going to get this one to Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah.
Or Metal Hellsinger. Do you guys know what that game is?
I played it. The music's I mean, you got to be into that type of music. It's more like heavy metal, death punk. So if you're not really into that, then you wouldn't vote for Hellsinger. But I played it.
Yeah, I had never heard of a game like this, KB. It is a music first-person shooter type game.
It's like a on-rail. It's like I would say like
a rhythm game.
Yeah, like
a
hack
first-person
and
shooter,
rock band type of.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, the music-wise, I haven't played God of War, so I might go back and change my opinion later on down the line.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Me playing Elden Ring, the musical score in Elden Ring is just phenomenal. So I would say Elden Ring for right now.
Yeah. If Elden Ring's anything other like the other From Software like games and boss music and anything, I could see that one winning. But also I know Xenoblade Chronicles music is also really great. In general, the more like Final Fantasy kind of style musical scores are something that I'm really personally into. So I could see Elden Ring or Xenoblade.
Next category is Best Audio Design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. The nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West.
It will have to be not God of War, Call of Duty or Gran Turismo. Because when you play them type of games, they're really trying to focus on realism, especially with the guns and then the cars. So the sound design has to be on peak to really get you into the game. So I would say Gran Turismo.
I'm going to say Gran Turismo 7 as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be my guess.
Gonna break away from the pack, I guess, and go Elden Ring.
Okay.
I love the sound of the weapons, particularly when like, you get one of the big heavy ones and you just like whack it into something else.
That's amazing.
No better feeling. Okay, like you can't, or like if a weapon transforms, just hearing like the metal and everything just sounds great. Sounds amazing. Best part of the games.
It does.
Yeah, I was questioning why Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was on here at first, and then Meliodas, you just gave me the reason as to why. Thank you for explaining that. That was gonna be my next question. But yeah, besides that, I really don't have a problem with this. So Meliodas and I are going Gran Turismo 7. You're going to go Elden Ring. Some of these you just don't know who's going to win because there's just too many good choices to pick from. Speaking of that, we have Best Performance. Now, Ashley Burch from Horizon Forbidden West, Aloy, Charlotte McBurney from A Plague Tale Requiem, Christopher Judge for God of War Ragnarok, Men Gage from Immortality, and Sonny, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's last name, from God of War Ragnarok.
Soldiers.
Let's just go with that.
It's for me.
I was gonna go Solid.
I'm definitely going Christopher, but
Yes.
I wouldn't be mad if Sonny won too, because the dialogue from Sonny and Christopher in God of War is just top performance. So.
Yeah, I'm going Christopher Judge as well. And really the things that he and the development went through for God of War Ragnarok when they started developing this game, and then he had the health problems where he had to have surgery and they had to halt production until he was back to his old self. For me, that just shows just how much Santa Monica Studios.
Oh, they really wanted him in that role. Yeah, they really wanted Christopher Judge.
So, yeah,
like this is Kratos. You're gonna have to wait for this guy to be Kratos.
And respect what Christopher Judge did as Kratos in God of War 2018 and how much the fans loved his performance. So yeah, I'm gonna go Christopher Judge. And the funny part was Christopher Judge used to be on the show called Stargate SG-1, and my father loved that show, and I used to watch with him from time to time, and he was one of the main characters. So when I told my father about who was playing Kratos, he said, "Oh, I know that guy." And absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to say this. Ashley playing Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West, she did a phenomenal job as Aloy, a phenomenal job. So if she won, I would not be mad, but I think it's Christopher Judge.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Our next category is Games for Impact for thought-provoking game with a pro-social media or message. The nominees are A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I think it's going to be As Dusk Falls.
Yeah, because I'm about to say the only game I heard of that's on this list is As Dusk Falls, and I heard it was pretty decent. So
yeah,
all other games I have no idea what they are. I never heard of them until now. But I've seen videos and gameplay of As Dusk Falls, so I would say As Dusk Falls.
Yeah, I was taking a look at these last night, and yeah, I'm just going to go with As Dusk Falls, because I think that was the bigger game out of these. And I just think that's what's going to end up winning it, because everybody knows about As Dusk Falls. Okay, the next category we're going to talk about is Best Ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. My opinion, either Fortnite or Genshin Impact. What do you guys think?
I'm going Fortnite, but I'm sorry. Where's Warframe? Where's Warframe?
KV, what's your pick?
Wow.
I'm either going to go Final Fantasy or Genshin.
Okay. Yeah. Again, these are all terrific choices for Best Indie Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Nominees are Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. I think Stray's got this one, guys. I think it's going to be Stray.
I'm going to go on my inner Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. I'm going to go with Sifu.
Although Tunic is interesting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm going Cult of the Lamb.
Okay.
It looks so interesting. It's one of the games I want to pick up eventually.
Wait a minute. Is this the first category that we all differ on what we think is going to win?
I think so.
Wow. Now, Tunic's an interesting one because from what I've seen of it, it's like the classic Zelda games. Like the classic.
It looks like a fox, but Zelda, but you're a fox.
Yeah. Yeah, like the classic dungeon crawler type games that you would see from Zelda. And then Neon White, wasn't that the game with the cards where you attack with the cards? Or am I thinking of a different game?
I have no idea what Neon White is.
Yeah, and then Sifu with the interesting, the more you die, the more you age up mechanics. So that was interesting too. But I mean, Stray was just absolutely well made. And you get to play as a cat. Come on. Who doesn't love that?
Me.
Best mobile game for best game playable on a mobile device. Apex Legends Mobile, Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact, Marvel Snap, Tower of Fantasy.
Genshin
Okay,
Impact.
why is Diablo Immortal on here? I
I
thought
don't
that
know
game
why.
was not liked by anybody when it came out. I thought people didn't like the game.
They only because they left that spot blank. I'm going to Genshin Impact.
I'm going Genshin Impact, KB.
Yep, Genjin.
Yeah, I mean the impact that Genshin has had, pun not intended,
Mm-hmm.
since it came out, cannot be overstated. Because, I mean, you have so many people playing this game, so many updates, so many just people talking about this game, and it seems like it just keeps getting bigger and better, from what I've seen.
And so supposed to be a Switch port coming out soon.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, I heard about that too.
I don't know how soon, but soon.
Best community support, recognizing the game for outstanding community support, transparency, and respectiveness, inclusion of social media activity, and game updates / patches. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, No Man's Sky. I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea. No idea. What do you guys think?
Oh boy.
I was about to say, I don't really play multiplayer.
It's between, I'm gonna say it's between Apex, Destiny 2, and Fortnite, but I don't play Destiny 2 anymore, and I never played Apex, so I'm going with Fortnite.
Okay. Yeah, I only played Destiny 2, so I'm just gonna say Destiny 2.
But I won't be surprised if No Man's Sky wins because it really redeemed itself. So
I know ever since the absolutely terrible launch, and there's no other way to put it, they have really redeemed themselves, and they just keep putting updates and they keep making that game better. So I wouldn't be surprised with No Man's Sky either. All right, our next category is innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. As does Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry. Last of Us Part 1, I think, has this one hands down because Naughty Dog did a lot what they did with accessibility with The Last of Us Part 2. Let me put it to you this way. You could play this game blind.
yeah.
So I think it's The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, I'm going Last of Us.
All right, for best VR / AR, for best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, After the Fall, Among Us VR, Bone Lab, Mossberg 2, and Red Matter 2. I'm going to go Mossberg 2. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
I want to say Bone Lab. Everyone's been having fun on Bone Lab.
I don't play too many VR games, so I'm really not sure about the
Bone,
others,
I think
but I know Mossberg 2 was big for a VR game when it was coming out.
Mistaken, I think Bone Lab is that like sandbox VR, like Gary's mod, to where you can do anything you want in it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bone Lab.
Okay. Best action game, we have Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm going Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, it's definitely between Bayonetta and Sifu, but I'm going Bayonetta.
Yeah, Bayonetta.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 takes this. I'm going to throw a brick out the window.
What action? You're just pointing a gun and shooting.
For best action adventure game, A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. God of War Ragnarok. It's going to be God of War Ragnarok. Now, unless God of War Ragnarok wins Game of the Year and they decide to give it to another game, so just to give them some...
I think it will be Plague Tale if that happens.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen before with the NFL. With their awards, sometimes they'll have a one player win. Let's say it's two players for MVP and one player wins the MVP and they'll give the other one, let's say the offensive player of the year, even though the other player is nominated, just so that it's not like a double down type thing. I have seen this before, not just with those type of awards, but with others. So I could see that. I don't think it will For best role-playing game, Elden Ring, Live a Life, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I think we all know it's going to be Elden Ring.
It's Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It sweeps. It sweeps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, although Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Live a Life, Live a Life is definitely deserved to be on here. And if it was any other year, I think they would win. But you got to compete with Elden Ring.
Yeah.
For best fighting game, DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle R, King of Fighters 15, Multiverse, and Sifu. KB's favorite anime had its game nominated for this. Sorry, KB, I couldn't resist. I think it's going to be Sifu, if I'm being quite honest. I think Sifu is going to get this one.
Either Sifu or King of Fighters, but I'm going Sifu. But it could be between King of Fighters or Sifu.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's definitely fair. Multiverse, didn't that wasn't that mixed when that came out?
It's the thing with, we can get into that to another time, but it's just like so stagnant right now to where it's like, I don't even know why they have it on this list. I guess they just needed a game to throw in there. It's like, oh, let's just pick multiverses.
Yeah, I guess that's right, because I don't think we had a lot of fighting games come out this year,
Right.
which is weird. For best family game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3. You know what? When I first saw this, I was thinking, okay, it's probably going to be Kirby and the Forgotten Land or Splatoon 3. I'm going to change it now. I think it's going to be Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga.
Yeah, I believe
that's what I'm going with.
I believe it.
And the funny part is 4 of the 5 are Nintendo games.
Right.
It seems like this was created just for Nintendo.
Honestly, it's Nintendo's main focus, though, when you think about it, is they are the family, honestly, the most family-friendly console. And that is what they have always aimed to create first and foremost.
Yeah, that's true. And the same thing happened last year, where it was 4 of the 5, but they still didn't win it. Because I think it was It Takes Two won it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Best sim/strategy game, Dune Spice Wars, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Total War Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3.
Total War.
You're going Warhammer?
I think 2 Point.
I'm going to go Warhammer.
Yeah, that's definitely, it will be Warhammer.
Best sports/racing game, F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K 23, Gran Turismo 7, and Ollie Ollie World. I think Gran Turismo 7 has this locked up. I think this is Gran Turismo to lose.
Gran Turismo.
The funny part is, have we ever had a sports game actually win this category? I don't know. It seems like it's always going to be a racing game if it ever comes out, because, gamers just don't like sports games.
Because they got them so lazy. They just slap a new number on it and they put a different color on the case and call it a brand new game when it could just be a software update. So, and
have the updated rosters too. So you have that as well. Not to mention Gran Turismo 7, when it came out, was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it ran into some problems post-launch. Actually, more than some. It was, PlayStation definitely had some controversy after the Gran Turismo 7 launch, but it was still an amazing game. Okay, for best multiplayer game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverse, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. It'd be funny if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles won this one, because they have been because they've been video game characters for so long. I think they've been video game characters about as long as they've been like TV show characters, like animated characters. But I think it's gonna be a Splatoon 3.
Splatoon, definitely Splatoon.
What do you think, KB?
I guess I'll break away from the pack again. I think Overwatch 2.
Okay.
Got to get that in for Paul as well. I know he's a huge Overwatch fan.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, for best debut indie, we have Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors. Again, I'm going Stray on this one. It was just so big when it launched and just so well made. And again, you get to play as a cat.
I'm going Stray, but Vampire Survivors look really fun. It looks really fun.
All right, KB, What do you think?
I'm going Stray as well. Who doesn't want to play as a kitty?
Well, Meliodas doesn't. For best adaptation, we have Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted. I think it's going to be Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, or The Cuphead Show. Uncharted, while it was an enjoyable movie,
it's still a video game cliche movie. So
yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was a good movie, but with these three, they really brought the feeling of the games that they're based on.
I'm going Cyberpunk because first they did the update that put the Edge Runners cutscene into the game. And when they did the update, they had a spike of up to 1 million players on the game when the Netflix show aired. So I'm going Cyberpunk.
The Cuphead Show, when that launched, it definitely felt like an old style cartoon, and it was just so much fun to watch. It was a lot of laughs. And then Arcane, League of Legends, I mean, that's just an amazing show on its own. Right? I'm going to go Arcane.
Definitely, Arcane's got my vote at the very least.
And we're going to talk about Arcane later, so stay tuned for that. Okay, and this is the last category we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about the esports and content creator of the year because we don't really know too much about that. So for most anticipated game, Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, this is my only real complaint with the nominees. Why is Spider-Man 2 not on this list? Why was it not nominated?
Because I think, isn't Starfield coming out next year?
Yeah, Starfield is scheduled to come out next year. We don't know when. We don't have an official release date, but it is supposed to come out next year.
Okay. So, yeah, I see no reason why Spider-Man is not on here. I don't know. But
it's supposed to come out next year, and a lot of people are excited about it. You know what? I would replace Starfield with Spider-Man 2 because after the gameplay demo came out, a lot of people, it kind of turned off some people to Starfield. I've seen as many worries about Starfield as I have seen excitement. I'm going to be honest.
For me, it's definitely Zelda or RE4, but I'm going RE4.
I'm going to go RE4.
I'm going Zelda.
Yeah, but all these games.
Breath of the Wild was great.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you talk about Resident Evil 4, I mean, first of all, the original was one of the greatest video games of all time. And with what they have done with the remake, specifically the second, I mean, Capcom has just done an amazing job just recapturing that feel and making the game just even more scarier and even more like a Resident Evil game, if that's even possible. But Hogwarts Legacy and Final Fantasy 16, I mean, you look at Final Fantasy 16, it just looks like the ultimate Final Fantasy game. And then Hogwarts Legacy, that's what every single Harry Potter fan has been waiting for, a game like this. And we keep seeing updates and just new things about Hogwarts Legacy. I really love seeing. I just wanted to share that. But I think Resident Evil 4 is the one that's going to take this. And I could definitely see The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom take this as well. Again, my only gripe, Spider-Man 2 was not nominated.
Now you see how I feel when not Elden Ring, when Warframe wasn't on the best progressive, what was it?
You mean best ongoing game?
Yes. Where's Warframe? This is the second year that they did this without adding Warframe on the best ongoing game. What is going on?
Have you considered it's just not that great of a game?
AB, that was uncalled for, and you know it. You know that was uncalled for.
Sorry.
Nah, I don't know.
Don't forget, I have the power to mute you. I have the power to mute you.
No, she's fine. It's all right.
Okay. All right. So now that we've gone through the nominees for the stuff that we actually know, like I said, we're not going to do content creator of the year and the esports stuff because we just don't know too much about them. We don't want to sound like idiots. Let's talk about some of the things that we could see outside of the awards themselves. Like we're talking about the trailers and the new reveals, what we think we could see. And one thing I think that we know we're going to get is Wampa League, that Crash PvP game, Crash Bandicoot PvP game. And the reason that for those in the Crash Bandicoot community that just know it's going to be there is because of the packages that were sent to content creators. It was a pizza box that revealed the release date of the Steam version of Crash Bandicoot 4. But there was also this sticker at the bottom that said along the lines of try our new Wampa pizza, only 1208, which is the date of the Game Awards. See where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everybody's expecting Wampa League to be at the Game Awards. And it does make a whole lot of sense because every time we have gotten a new Crash game, it's been revealed at a Geoff Keighley event. Like Geoff Keighley got Crash Team Racing Nitro Field and Crash Bandicoot 4. So it does make a lot of sense. Meliodas, what's one thing you want to see at the Game Awards?
Fable. Something Fable.
Okay. KB, anything that you definitely want to see that you think could be there?
Maybe something Dragon Age related. Like here's hoping.
Okay. There's also there was this weird tweet that went out, I think it was like a few months ago, that was talking about Arcane. And I told you we were going to get back to that. We might be getting a trailer for Arcane Season 2 at the Game Awards. Because it was like this weird code. And when people deciphered it,
it would make sense.
Yeah, it would make a whole lot of sense. And I'm curious as to if we're going to see anything from the three, from Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. From Microsoft, I could definitely see a new trailer for Starfield and a new trailer for Redfall with an official release date. Meliodas, you're the Xbox guy. What do you think?
I know Xbox gonna be leading this year with a huge multiplayer game, and for them not to get Redfall out as soon as they can would be preposterous. So
what do you think is going to come out first? Do you think it's going to be Redfall or Starfield that comes out first?
Redfall.
Yeah, I think so too. And really, I think Redfall definitely looks very, very good so far. That's just my opinion. I think it's looking very good. I know some people don't share that opinion, but I think it's going to be very good. And I'm still a little worried about Starfield. I really am. But I think Redfall, and who's making Redfall?
It's Arcane Studios.
Arcane. And weren't they the same ones that just made Deathloop? And didn't they also make the Dishonored games?
Dishonored 1, 2, Prey. They did a Prey remake. The latest game they worked on was Deathloop, so yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to mess with Arcane's track record on that. And then from Nintendo, I know Nintendo normally does things in-house, but I could definitely see Nintendo do something, maybe with The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe we could see something from that.
That would make sense.
And I'm wondering, when are we going to get a new Mario game? We haven't had a new Mario game since Odyssey. And I know what you're going to say. What about Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope? I'm talking a true Mario game.
Yeah, where's Mario's Odyssey 2 at?
So yeah, we could see something from Nintendo. And what about Metroid Prime 4? When are we going to see more of that?
It took them forever to release Metroid Dread, so I'll say hold your horses on that.
And then from PlayStation, now we know the rumor that they canceled their showcase that they were supposed to do in the fall because of the whole Xbox Activision deal, which still sounds stupid to me, but I digress. We don't know what PlayStation's up to besides the two games that Insomniac's doing and Factions 2, the Last of Us multiplayer.
I think we'll get some gameplay on that.
I don't know if we will, because I remember Naughty Dog saying that we're not going to see more of that until 2023. So maybe not. So what the heck is PlayStation up to? What are their game studios up to? We know their studios are up to something because we keep seeing the job listing. The one studio I want to know is up to, I want to see what Pixel Opus is up to, because Pixel Opus is doing something. I'm not sure what, but they're up to something. And I remember the rumor that they were working on Sly Cooper. And then the whole thing comes out with Sucker Punch saying that there is no Sly Cooper or Infamous games in development. But it's weird because those came out after those rumors had already died down.
Infamous would be really good.
Yeah, it's so weird. I just don't understand what's going on Pixel Opus. And I'm still confused as to why all of a sudden Sucker Punch would say that when those rumors, again, had died down months ago. And again, I've studied PR, and I know that's not how you do it. So something still was not right for me. And then as far as other games, it literally could be anything. And what about Hideo Kojima? We know he's working on 2 games.
Something with Microsoft.
Yeah, the Microsoft cloud-based game, which was called Overdose. And then we know he's working on Death Stranding 2. It hasn't been confirmed, but we know that's what they're working on.
Microsoft, this would be a really smart move to get Hideo Kojima to bring back Scalebound and put his twist on Scalebound. Since you guys canceled it, that would have been a really good game.
Speaking of Kojima and specifically the cloud-based Xbox game, did you guys hear that it actually got leaked? That their trailer actually got leaked? Overdose. Yeah, apparently it got leaked, and it looked like it was going to be a trailer for the Game Awards. But I'm wondering if we all know Hideo Kojima's done strange things in the past. What if he wanted that leak to come out and mislead everybody into thinking what this game could be as to what it is? I could see. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree? I mean, it's right up Hideo Kojima's alley. What do you guys think on that?
That's something he does.
KB, what do you think?
He is a very strange man. So this could be some smoke and mirrors.
Now, I'm probably wrong on that, but again, I mean, we've seen Hideo Kojima do done weirder things.
Bro, the protagonist is hot. If that's true, jeez, what would the game be about?
I have no idea. Well, we don't know too much about it. All we know is that it's a cloud-based Xbox game. But I definitely think we could see Overdose there. Maybe Death Stranding 2, but I think it might be too early in development for that. Overdose. Well, I would just expect Hideo Kojima there because he and Geoff Keighley have that bromance. And he's always showing up at Geoff Keighley events. And then what else does Geoff Keighley have up his sleeve? Because he's always got a big surprise. So I'm wondering what it is. Remember, he was the first one to show off Elden Ring. The first one. I think it was Summer Game Fest when Elden Ring was first shown off. When we finally got our first glimpse of it.
What does you think he's going to show? Something. It has to be something massive.
It has to be. Maybe Spider-Man 2. Maybe. What's a big game that we don't know too much about right now? What's a big game that we're waiting for a trailer that's been announced?
Fable. Fable.
Maybe Fable.
Wolverine.
Maybe Perfect Dark reboot.
Yeah, Perfect Dark, definitely Perfect Dark.
Or maybe just a game from a big developer or publisher that we don't even know that's in development.
Bloodborne 2.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool as well. Yeah, I mean, we can speculate all we want, but we're not going to know until the Game Awards, which again is going to be on December 8th. And I cannot wait to see what wins what award and what gets announced and shown off. All right, guys, any last thoughts on the Game Awards at all?
Elden Ring. May the best game win. And no hate. If your favorite game doesn't win, doesn't mean it's not a good game. It just means someone else like another game more than you. So we all enjoy games. We all love games. We all play games. This is not a victory for one game this year. This is a victory for gaming in general this year. So
Meliodas, I could not have said that better myself. All right, guys, that was our preview for the Game Awards. And we are not going to be doing another video for the rest of the year. We will be back in January talking about the year in review. All right, I'm Diggs Gaming.
KB Hunting.
And it's been your boy, Meliodas.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Ciao.